Okay guys, we're on to the next phase. Get one more light on here. We're going to do our embellishments. I spent quite a bit of time going through a lot of my stash. I haven't been through all of it, but a good portion of it. And you'll see as we go through these 12 pages again for the embellishments that I've used a few of these little tiny tags. They're from Martha's, no they're not, Paperbilities. So that'll be from Hobby Lobby. Kind of gooey on the outside. I'll put that one back in. And these I had in various colors, and they already had the eyelets in them, and I've used a couple of yellow, I think one of the green, and some peach colored ones. Then I had these little matchbooks things, and I used one of them. And I've used a few of these pearls, or not, yeah, flatback pearls. I've used a few of the lighter colors here. And the one page I told you that I thought about putting buttons on, it was just too heavy for the page, so I used the flatback pearls. Then I've used this black wire. It's a real fine meshy wire from Stampin' Up, and this burlap twine. I used that in one of them. I've used a few borders. And these two stamps, I don't think I'm done with these yet. I've still got some stamping to do. These are from Paper Wishes. Put this back on it. I don't know if you can see very well. Let me put this, see if this dark color helps. Or maybe white will help better. Yeah. You can see it's got butterflies and old Victrola stamps, little scrolls, keys. It's really pretty. I used that on some of the white places where I had photomats and stuff, just to dress them up a little bit. And then, whoops, the second part of that stamp set is, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, this is from Paper Wishes, and it's part of the Hot Off the Press company. This has got a lot of birds and bird cages and some more florals and things. It's just really pretty. So I use some of those to kind of dress it up a little bit, and I may have to go back and use some more of them, or do some more stamping. But anyway, I wanted to get through to the embellishment part on this project. Oh, and this one I wanted to show you. This is another one I pulled out of my stash. This is from Claudine Helmuth, a little case I bought. Gosh, I've had it for years, and I've never used anything out of it. And it's pop-up stickers, and they are so cute. They're just adorable, and I forgot I even had them. But see, those will be so cute on different albums. But I found one in here. This one's all about school. There's one in here I found that was this little banner. I thought I might use it later because it's got all the right pastel colors. So I'm going to leave that to the top and set it aside, and I may use it later. But, you know, just go through everything you've got and dig out stuff you can use. That's what I'm trying to do, because I went to town with my grandson the other day. He had to go to the bank, and I thought, well, I'll just ride in with him and get some groceries and do some various things. And I went in Hobby Lobby to get some yarn that I needed, and it was hard not to buy anything. But I didn't. I'm bound determined I'm going to use my stash. So anyway, here's page 1. We had it all decked out and ready to go. I cut the white pieces for the inside, and there's one of the stamps, like I told you, I put down at the bottom. I thought it just helped dress it up a little bit. So that will get glued there. I can take my sticky off. And this is one of the banners I picked out from a, what is her name? Anna Griffin. That's out of one of her kits that I've had for a really long time. So I'm not going to take the time to do all the gluing while you guys watch, because it's nothing you don't know how to do already. But I just wanted to show you the layout so that you understand. And this is going to go that way. That's page 1. Here's page 2. We had that put together, and this is some of those little tags I just showed you. These are going to go in here with some twine. And I just stuck a little butterfly sticker up there. This is page 3, and it has a corner or side flap right here, little pocket. excuse me, and these 3 inserts are going to go in here, and I have not stamped on them yet, but I think I will put a little something down in the corner. Page 4 had the banner on it, and I did put white on the bottom of them, and they're stamped so that you can put photos or journaling on there. Okay, and then page 5 had the double flap. This is the one I want to take the time to show you. And I even had a mess up on it, but we'll get there. This is going to go up here, and Inspire is going to go down to the bottom. It's a little wood veneer type thing that they have these at Michael's, and they're real cheap. There's 3 of them to a package. Here's one over here. This one is Imagine. They come 3 in a package, and if you get them when they're on sale at 50% off, they're only like $1 or $1.50 for 3 of them, so that's really reasonable. And I have Imagine, Dream, and Inspire are the 3 I bought. So anyway, let me move these out of the way, because it's not glued down. When you lift this up, I cut these 2 pieces. I haven't stamped them yet, but I wanted to show you. I decided to put a waterfall in here. Let me move these out of the way. But I didn't want a lot of bulk, because you know waterfalls are normally folded under, and I didn't want all that bulk. So this is going, let me move these out of the way. This is going to be glued down to the inside of that. So what I decided to do to eliminate the bulk is I cut my base 5.5, and then I cut this topper, and it didn't exactly match up, so I can trim it from the back side when I get there, but you can see right now it's uneven, but I wanted to make sure it's stable. So I cut each of my pages 5.5, I think 4.5, 4 3/4, and I scored each one at 1/4. And what I've been doing is just laying them down, matching this score line with the top of this one, and gluing them in place. And then this one will go right here, and it should match up fine. And then when I put it in the book, it'll be plenty stable, and you'll have your waterfall. Here's I've got 4 on it so far. But see, it just lifts up like that, and it worked out fine. And that way, I don't have to have the fold under each one that's adding, excuse me, all the bulk to it. Because that's what I don't want, because I'm not sure, since this is the first time on this type of album for me, I'm not sure how much leeway I'm going to have in the book for the bulk, because there is no spine. Or no gussets in between the pages is what I mean to say. Okay, and then here's the next page. Had a double pocket, and I have 3 little inserts in here. 1 in brown and 2 are backed in white. I didn't do them all in brown simply because it makes it easier to document on the white, and photos can go on the brown if you wish. And then I have, here's those little tags I showed you that I used some of those. I just need to add twine and maybe put a little stamp on one side of them. So that goes in there. And this is the one that I was going to put the buttons on. I added a little dimensional sticker that came with the Bo Bunny set. Put 3 more of the little tags down here with a border strip. I just put it on white. And then I've got these 2 cut aparts and this little tag. And then I used the flat back pearls and that twine I told you about to wrap around there. Okay, the next page I used another one of the dimensional stickers, and this has the flap that opens to the side. Hasn't been stamped yet, but you've got a big opportunity here for a photo mat. And it has a magnet. This is the next page, and I have a lot of photo mats cut out. I don't know if they're all going to go here or not. And I just took the Imagine and I just tipped it with some white paint to make it stand out off of that green. And this is the backing sheet that was in the dimensional stickers from Bo Bunny, and I just put it on white. I thought it was really pretty. I like the design here. So I thought I could use that. Try to use everything I have. Oops, it saves money if you don't have to go buy more stuff. I think this is 9. Well, this is page 10. Has a double pocket. This large one can go in the back. I can stamp on all of these, and I'll show you that afterwards. This one can go in here. Then this one has a flap without a magnet, and these are just holding it closed. And it opens this way, and another opportunity for a larger photo. And then these go back in here to hold those little flaps shut. And the last page is the 3 little pockets on the front. And I had these 3 little tags from Michaels, and I just put those in there. They're felt backed with burlap, and I wanted to use them because my intention on the spine is to use that burlap sheet I showed you in the beginning, and that would kind of pull that together. And then I just have 2 tags in here. Still got plenty of stamping to do. Okay, and oh, I didn't show you on the front sheet. What is going to go here is that little matchbook I showed you. I just inked around it and put 2 pieces of white cardstock in here for like little tiny photos, or maybe a little note with a date, and that'll go down here with this ribbon wrapped around it for a tie, and that'll tie the top shut. And then this little sticker's going to go up here in the corner like that. So that'll be our 12 pages. I'll get all the gluing and the rest of the stamping done, and I'll come back with you and we'll put this thing together and we'll be done. Alright guys, thanks, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay everybody, we are to the point where we're wrapping the chipboard, and I wanted to show you before I go any farther. I messed up on the first one. I forgot that my covers were 6.5 wide, and I put a mark at 1 inch so that I'd have 1 inch all the way around. I should have done it at 3/4, so that but it still covered okay. And once I put the paper on, you know, it's going to cover. But I just wanted to show you, we all do silly things. We all make mistakes, and 9 times out of 10 you can fix it. And this is the other cover, and I just wanted to show you how I normally do it. I've got my 1/2 inch tape down, score tape. You need to take all the pieces off, and I know you've probably seen this done a million times. The only reason I wanted to show you was because when you roll these over, you have this little void, this air pocket in here. And we can fix that so that everything sticks down good. Otherwise, if it doesn't stick good, you might have a bubble here when you roll it, and then you won't have a nice flush edge. So I thought I would share that with you. It might help you. Maybe yes, maybe no. We never know. But it's worth a shot. Okay, and if you have any overhang of your score tape, just roll it back on itself. I always just run my hand along to make sure there's nothing sticking out. Okay, bottle of glue. I just always run a little bit of glue down there. When your glue comes out, it helps. Let me run the pin in here. Yep, just about stuck myself. It's hard to see. It's such a tiny little nozzle. There we go. Just run it in there a few times. Okay. There we go. It's coming out now. Just run a little glue down in here, and it just fills out that little void. And then I like to take it and stand it up on itself and roll it to give it a bend. and then bring it forward with your hands. And you can use your bone folder if you want to. Make sure you get it up good against the sides, and then just fold it in. And see, you'll get a real nice edge that way. Sticking to me. I'm going to do the other long side. I just like to do the long sides first, but you can do it whichever way you want to. It's your album and it's your choice. So we'll roll this one around. Just kind of break down those fibers a little bit. And then give it a good push, get a good edge on there. And fold this in. So we've got a nice good edge. And then we'll do the same thing with the short ends, but you want to fold just a tiny little bit in here. Just so that you get a good square corner. I think I've got a little too much left on this side. Let me trim it down a little bit more. Okay, now we'll, oops, fold this in on itself just a tiny. Oops, you don't want to do too much or you'll distort your corner. You want a square edge. And this one's got a little bit much over here too. Got a little, added a little extra there. Okay. That just helps cover up your chipboard so that you don't have a spot showing there. The chipboard sticking out. We'll roll this one up. Should have nice square corners there. Okay, and we'll do the other side. And then we can start putting things together. Now our internet's been down all morning and I don't know if Patty's done another video or not. They said they had a technical outage in the area, so I don't know if she's done another video, and I'm not sure what her process is for putting everything together. So I'm just going to do it however I think it should be done and hope I'm right. This is popping out there and I want it to stay tucked under. Get a nice little edge and fold this down. Got a little glue sticking out I didn't get. If you take your little powder tool and rub over it, that takes the sticky away from it. But it'll be covered with the paper on the inside. So see, you've got real nice square corners. So there's the front and the back cover. Now what she said, what she's doing as she does hers is adding her pages as she goes along to the hinge. But you know what? I think that's going to, for me, it feels like it'd be so heavy it would pull on it and be hard to get it straight. Maybe not. But I thought I'd go ahead and add my hinges down now to make sure I get them where I want them, and then add my pages. So that's the process I'm going to follow. But this is 8, this is 8.5. Yep. So I want it to be down 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to make a little tick mark right on the edge. Because sometimes I'm quite challenged, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on this, and plenty of it, because I want this turkey to stay right where I want it to be. I just was thinking, you know, the weight of all the pages is going to pull on it while you're trying to get it to set up on there, and it might make it a lot easier. I don't want it in there. to get it to do just exactly what you want it to do. So I'm going to put the score line just inside the edge, just a hair. And this one the same way. And put it down. And my inside pages should cover this with no problem. Scoring tool. And I haven't cut my inside cover pages yet. I've got it laid aside, but I haven't cut it yet. Okay. This we're going to do the same way. I'm going to turn it around this way so I can make, this is out where I can make sure it's covered good. And I'm going to put a little tick mark at 1/4 just to guide myself, because myself can be off the beam sometimes. There's 1/4, and I can go back and erase them. I was going to show you too this little eraser thing. I don't know where it come from. Well, yes I do. I mean, I bought it at a convenience store. It was only $1, and it's the nicest little thing. It comes in a plastic case. If you ever see them anywhere, I went back to get some more so I could have the card to show you the brand, where it came from, but they didn't have them anymore, and it just says M7 on this little thing, and they're blue, but it's a nice eraser, and it takes off all kinds of things. So if you ever see those in a store, grab a few. You'll like them. I'll keep my eyes peeled in case I see them somewhere else, but the convenience store where I got them didn't have them anymore. It's kind of a bummer. You find something you like and then they quit carrying it. I went over the edge a little bit, and I don't want my spines to stick together. Okay, so just inside and right on that 1/4 inch mark. And just inside. And that should be perfectly straight. Okay, make sure this other side is stuck down good. Feels like it is. Okay, and I normally put my pages in from the back. Why I'm more comfortable with that, I don't know, but I am. So I'm going to turn this stack upside down so I can start at the back. And this is our last page, and it will go right on this spine, or hinge, I should say. Now, Patty was making hers with a top opening, and I'm going to make mine with a side opening, simply because if I have stuff hanging out the top, then it catches dust. I think I told you earlier, I don't like to dust. I know it's something you have to do, but I don't like it. So, we're going to put this on here and bring this up to it and make sure your edges are even. Make sure it's even with the top and the bottom. This is why I don't like to embellish after I put the pages in the book, because you can already see a bump here, and if I was trying to put papers on the next page, it would be really difficult. Okay, see, I don't like the way that's laying. I'm going to pull it off real quick. That's the beauty of this. I'm going to try it differently. I'm going to lay it down this way, and bring the hinge to it, because I didn't like the angle of the page. I thought the page looked a little on the crooked side myself. And if you get started crooked, by the time you get to the end of the book, it's going to be all wonky everywhere. So I want that to be just like this, and then bring the hinge over. Now my page is even from the top and the bottom. And I didn't think it was the first time. Let me see. It's not quite a quarter though. Still don't like it. It's going to be right or it ain't going to be done. Third time's a charm, kids. And I got a little glue on it, but that's not going to hurt anything because the next page is going to go right to it. And I still don't think it looks right. Let me see. Maybe it is. Let me measure it and make sure. That's a quarter. That's a quarter. So it is right. Maybe my eyes are just, is what's wonky today. Okay, and then the next page will adhere to this side of it and should lay right over this one. See, that's what's wrong. That wasn't on there tight. I just can't seem to get it right this morning, kiddos. I ain't gonna do it if I can't do it right. I'll get it or die trying. That glue all gooed up on the nozzle. This type of album is a first for me. Okay. I like that better. Okay. Got glue everywhere. Alright, now the next page. But it's like I said, if you get off on the first page, everything's off all the way around. And this will attach to that one, but we're not going to put glue on this edge because that's going to be a pocket. Let me take these out so they don't flippity flap everywhere. So we want it at the top. Put that pin down in there again. I mess with that first page so much. I got glue everywhere and it's setting up on my little spout. Okay, so we want glue at the top. Oops. This side and at the bottom. Okay. Now this is going to set right over that one. And it's got to match up in the corners. And it does. just a hair. Put these in, keep that from popping up all over the place. See if that's matching up. Yes, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, now I will follow this process all the way throughout. I'll decorate the outside of the album. That is what I do last. And then I will do a final walkthrough. But I'll put the final walkthrough at the front of the video so that you can see the completed project. And then you know if it's something you really want to make or not. If nobody wants to sit through a whole video and then see the end of the finished product at the end and think, oh man, that's not something I want to make. You know, so I will finish this up. I will post it for you as soon as our internet comes back, and we'll go from there. Thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done that. Bye bye.